What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Patreon request, Demon Slayer Patreon request. This is from Alexander. This is Tengen and Tanjiro. I think this is from an opening credit scene. So it's like two half faces. Tengen this side, Tanjiro on this side. We're gonna maybe go with Tanjiro first. So again, we're like split face down here, more or less split. So like his chin is like here and his face comes around. We might actually maybe we'll draw the face shape first, just mix it up a bit. So we'll go, starts kind of here and then you want like the chin to start going off this way, right? So it's like half a wine glass sort of shape. His eye is just in here, so it's real big now, right? So you got a big curved line. Nearly coming down and touching this, probably aiming in that direction. Okay. And then the bottom eyelid line is like this V sort of shape, usually like that. And you want to make his top eyelid thicker and this one like slightly thicker in the middle anyway. Just like a darker, heavier line. Basically, eyelashes in anime are usually darker than the rest of the lines. So we got a spike here. This is like a little hairy one, so see a spike there, and then it goes up and over again. There's like a little spike going out that way, kind of like that. And then you want to make it black inside, or as dark as you can if you're using a pencil. And then inside there, he's got that big old purpley eye. And it kind of has angles, right? It's not like super circular. It goes around kind of like that. It's kind of like got points on it. And there's like a diamond eye inside. Well, not like a perfect diamond, but it's got like angles to it again. And then we got the eye spikes, right? So these are just going around kind of like little spikes coming down. And then in here is black again. Okay, and then his eyebrow. So we've got like a big spiky eyebrow. It's kind of like in line maybe with here and comes out to about there, I'd say, and it goes super big, right? So it goes, dips down a couple of times, but it's quite large and angled up like so. And then they give him sort of eyelid lines that come out from here, you know, around his eyeball. Might make it a bit closer to his eye here, actually. It does get thicker anyway, so it's colored in black, kind of like his eyelid lines. So we want to add a little spike to it. Coming up here, and then I've seen his eye drawn differently lots of times, so, or his eyebrow anyway. And then this is black on the inside, so you want to color it dark. And you could do it thick or not. I've seen it thicker. But a heavy frown, really. You want it to be frowning down onto his eye. Right, and then nostril, just there. And they do that hatching sort of on the bridge of the nose. And then his mouth, real downturned, serious kind of mouth shape. They kind of do dimples on the ends. And then the shadow on the chin, like that. So we can only see kind of half of everything, so it makes it a bit easier. So his hair comes in onto his face, so we got like a spike. It's coming up here. And it goes around adding these little sort of zigzag things as it goes around the forehead. And then we have a spike coming over his ear. And this will go up and around, I think. So like, yeah, it goes this way. And we can see just like his earlobe sort of coming down from here. And then the earring sort of hangs off here. And then just the top of his ears, like in there. Boop. You know, you can add some more ear lines and stuff inside there if you wanted, of course. Just want to make his eyebrow a bit spike here, there. Maybe here as well. Just should be a bit pointier, that's all. Right, and then the rest of his hair kind of comes out from the ears and around. So we'll go spike in. Make another one down here. And then they kind of get a bit bigger as we go up. And then they have these extra lines on the inside. It's just like where his red hair and black hair, the highlights on them, where they meet. This kind of thing. So it'd be red on the outside of these, black on the inside. There's one on this as well, so it kind of like goes up to a sort of lightning sort of spike, I would say. Like that. Boop. Right, and then, so he's got the earring sort of hanging down here. Just a sort of a rectangle. It's quite long. Turn to its side, so you can see these banners on the top and bottom. And then you have the earth and the sun. And then the lines that hit the rays of the sun hitting the ground. Like that, pretty much. So then his neck, down there, and then his collar goes in underneath his neck. And I'd say it wraps around just here. And then this white part of the collar comes down. And you can just see like another section of it there. Just like the collar there and his shoulder just going down that way. Might go a bit further actually. And there's some neck muscle lines. And then a bit more long hair just kind of sticking out here. In behind his neck. And those edge lines to it. Like that. And I think that's everything for Tanjiro. So, Tengen. So we go over here and we do pretty much the same thing. So like his head goes up underneath these jewels, right? So you can do the same thing. So we'll go about here and then go down into his chin about here. Right, so we'll go up for the jaw. You could start with the eye, of course, if you wanted, but right, so it's kind of like a half of a wine glass sort of shape again. Right, and then his eye is kind of beside this line. And they draw in a tear duct, so we go, let's say here, curve it over to about there. And then the bottom line, like that. They draw in his whole thing, like with Tanjiro, there's gaps. They even give him like a tear duct like that. Then we spike it, so we make the top eyelid like spikier, darker, and he's a big spike on the end here, just going into his bottom eyelid line. Black on the inside, so just color it like that. And right, so his eye inside here again, half circle, looking up, and he's got like some lines around his eye as well, like so. Eyelid line just above, just curving around, following the eye shape. And he doesn't have any eyebrows. I always forget that. They just do this. Like so. I know he's got that tattoo around his eye, but we'll just get like his nose in first. Nostril there. Hatching lines on his nose, like Tanjiro. And then his mouth is kind of different, right? It's kind of bumpy-ish. So it goes like, you can see like lips or something. It's like a little bump there. And a dimple on the end. And then that diamond sort of shadow on the chin. So the tattoo on his eye, it's not drawn with black lines. So if you want to do it with your color that you're coloring it in, you can't. But I'm using a black pen, so I gotta sort of draw it in that way. And we do need to know where it goes. So we'll just do the large ones first. So there's these large red bubbles, kind of. And then there's beside smaller ones. Coming out here. And this one, I think, disappears behind the jewels on his head, so I'll sort of stop it there because I don't know where it kind of disappears. So, right, so he's got that sort of ninja headband, kind of like a Naruto character coming across his head diagonally, and it kind of curves up here. There's like a little bottom edge line. I think there's like a big jewel or something here. And then there's all these jewels that come down his head here. So what's the easiest way to draw these? So we'll go just like kind of round, but they've got like sharp angles on them. So we'll just get them in. Some of them overlap, right? So there's like one behind this one. And like a big one here again. Another one here. Small one. I think they gradually get smaller as we go down. I'm not quite, well, then this one's actually quite big. That's like the inside. So we have this like inside section. But I'll come back and do those. Okay. And there's all details inside all these, right? So there's like an extra little round part or something. Like a top to them, kind of like that. And then they've lines diagonals that go out from the side of the jewel. Sorry about the noise in the background. My kids are on their summer holidays, so they're stuck in the house, and it's raining. It's Ireland, so they have nowhere to go. So, ear, top of his ear, here, and he has earrings, right? So his earlobe here. They're kind of flat. They're like that shape. And another one in behind. And so it's like his ear in there. And then he has like a wrapped head. So it's got like bandage. So it kind of like bumps itself just around there. And then he's got a wide neck, wider than Tanjiro. So it's like out on his jaw. Because he's like jacked, basically. And then his collar comes around. If you want to make someone look more muscular, you make their neck wider. In character drawings, anyway. And in real life, make your neck wider. And then this comes down for the collar, you know, the white collar they have. And then the shoulder or trapezius muscle goes down to the shoulder, like kind of like Tanjiro's down there. Then the handle of his blade. So there's chains in the background, but you can't really see them that well. So hilt of his sword, or his blades at least, they're not really swords, are they? I think it just goes down that way somewhere. And then gold bottom to the handles, and then it kind of bumps its way, right? Because it's a wrapped handle, right? Samurai sword. They sort of wrap it in thread. You know. But in general, you've got these diamond things. In here, standard samurai sword handle. And then like there's all this fabric that just comes across here and down from the corners. Okay, the handle should be here as well, maybe there. Okay, you can do as much of that texture now as you want, but like so. And the last but not least is the chains. So chains are a nightmare to draw. If there's two things I hate drawing, chains and guns, the worst. And then probably hands or something. So a chain link just going up this way. Okay. So this other side of this goes this way. And this one disappears into another link, which goes that way. And so this link goes down behind his head. And then this one comes down, so I'm kind of like hiding the chain, right? So, because I don't want to draw too many of it. And then there's another link starting here, which goes off that way. And that link goes down, so that means this link has to go down that way. And that's it. Tengen Tanjiro. 2 split portraits. Thanks for the request on Patreon, Alexander. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.